Hello, everyone. I'm Hannah.
And I'm Emily.
And we are the hosts of the I Don't Think So podcast. Each episode, we discuss a different story, theory, or mystery and decide if we think it is believable or if we really don't think so.
Here at the I Don't Think So podcast, we are affiliated with Flurry Sports. We present our theories, mysteries, and stories on your favorite place to listen to podcasts every Wednesday. If you like what you hear, go ahead and give us a like and share. And go ahead and follow us on Twitter, X, Threads, or Instagram at I Don't Think So _EH.
And we have a YouTube channel.
We do have a YouTube channel.
It's IDK, or no.
We don't know our own YouTube channel. What are you going to do?
Let me find it. I have it written down. It's IDTS Conspiracies. So I Don't Think So Conspiracies.
Go ahead and find us there. It is still at this point in its early stages. So go ahead, like and follow for more on that. And if you want to see different YouTube videos,
let us know.
Let us know. Our email is up on our Twitter. If you ever want to email us, I'm still religiously checking it.
There you go. So we are now in our second month
Woo!
Of our second season. And like we said at the beginning of the season, we're going to kind of pick different themes just to kind of give us some information or inspiration and give you guys something to look forward to so you kind of have an idea of what we're going to talk about the next week. Mm-hmm. But we started with hauntings in October for spooky season.
So good.
And now it's November. So,
welcome to November.
We have transitioned into a different one of our loves, which is true crime.
So good.
Yeah. So, I decided I wanted to do a very famous cold case.
Oh, I'm so excited.
And I also didn't want to do something too, dark. Because I think sometimes with cold cases, as you're investigating them, it's like, wow, there's all these murders and no answer. Or, wow, this family's still scarred from this experience. So, not that this wasn't very anxiety-inducing at the time. It was, but the ending is, about as happy as it's going to get. Now, when I think about past cases of plane hijackings, I immediately think of the events of 9/11.
Yep.
And how that wasn't obviously a happy ending.
Nope.
And it's definitely changed generations of people within the United States and all over the world, right?
100%.
However, there's a very famous plane hijacking that occurred 30 years prior to that.
Oh.
And as I started to investigate this story, I realized that I'd heard this story, but I always thought it was like a tall tale or like a legend. I didn't realize it was real.
Oh boy.
So today we are going to be talking about the D.B. Cooper hijacking.
Okay.
Have you heard about this before?
No, but it sounds like DBT, which is the therapy I teach every day. So, crazy.
There you go. I feel like as you hear this, it might become more familiar to you. So this is an event that happened in 1971.
Okay.
And it even happened in November.
Ooh.
Which makes it perfect to begin the month of November. So let me set the scene.
Okay.
On Wednesday, November 24th, 1971, a man who identified himself as Daniel Cooper used cash to buy himself a $20 one-way ticket on Northwest Airlines Flight 305 from Portland, Oregon to Seattle, Washington. These events began one of the most interesting unsolved cases that has continued to be investigated by the FBI.
Oh my.
Cooper was described as being in his mid-40s, wearing a business suit, an overcoat, brown shoes, a white shirt, and a black tie. He also carried an attaché case or business briefcase, whatever, in a brown paper bag.
Sorry, brown shoes and a black tie? Sure. Fashion no number one.
No, it was the 70s.
That's fair.
Anyway, before the flight took off, he ordered a bourbon and soda from a flight attendant.
Okay.
Seemed very normal, nothing out of the usual. After the plane was airborne, at about 3 p.m., Cooper handed the flight attendant a note. At first, she just put the note in her pocket without looking at it, but then Cooper told her, "Miss, you better look at that note. I have a bomb." Cooper then told her the bomb was in his briefcase and asked her to sit down next to him. He opened the briefcase to reveal red-colored sticks surrounded by an array of wires.
Oh, sir.
Cooper then told the flight attendant to write down everything he was saying and take it to the captain of the plane. The note said, "I want $200,000 by 5 p.m. in cash, exclusively in $20 bills, put in a knapsack. I want 2 back parachutes and 2 front parachutes. When we land, I want a fuel truck ready to refuel. No funny stuff or I'll do the job."
Sir.
So now he has set up this demand that they have less than 2 hours to do. Immediately, FBI agents assembled the ransom money from several Seattle area banks, and Seattle police obtained the parachutes from a local skydiving school, and they met them at the airport. When Cooper claimed all of his demands had been met, he allowed all the passengers and some of the crew to exit the plane. Then, Cooper told the remaining crew to refuel the plane and chart a course for Mexico City while staying below 10,000 feet in the air.
That's not safe.
Eventually, they did these things, and the pilot stayed on board, and they began flying again on their way to Mexico City. Cooper put on a pair of dark wraparound sunglasses, which would later make it into his official sketch, and became famous to anyone investigating the case.
Oh my gosh.
A little after 8 p.m., somewhere in between Seattle and Reno, Nevada, Cooper ended up jumping out of the rear door of the plane with 2 of the parachutes and all of the money.
Ooh.
The 2 pilots flying the plane landed safely. However, Cooper had disappeared into the night, never to be seen again. There were many people investigated by the FBI, and by 5 years after the hijacking, over 800 people had been investigated.
Jesus.
One of these people was Richard Floyd McCoy. McCoy is still considered a favorite suspect among many. The FBI claims that they tracked down and arrested McCoy for a similar hijacking that took place a few months after this original flight. It was 5 months after the Cooper's flight. But McCoy was later ruled out because he did not match the nearly identical physical descriptions of Cooper provided by 2 flight attendants, and for other reasons which people suspect come from like DNA evidence that people have been able to use.
Okay.
Because prior to jumping out of the plane, Cooper took off his tie, and they did get some physical evidence from that. So people suspect that McCoy's and Cooper's DNA didn't match, but they also suspect that Cooper is not his name.
Right.
So they're not really sure. Other people suspect that Cooper didn't survive his jump from the plane. After all, the parachute he used couldn't be steered, apparently, because of the type that he had. And his clothing and footwear were unsuitable for a rough landing. And he had jumped into a wooded area at night, which would be even a dangerous position for someone with skydiving experience. But to what people suspect, he didn't have any, but at the same time, they don't really know who this person is. This other evidence adds to the theory when in 1980, so 9 years following the incident, a young boy found a rotting package full of $20 bills, which ended up equaling $5,800 in all, that matched the ransom money serial numbers. So they did find some money, but at the same time, that was about $6,000 of the $200,000.
Yeah,
so
that's not very much.
It's not all of it, right? But some suspect it could be where he was last last died and other people found it, but then never said anything, which I don't really know. Either way, despite an expansive manhunt, over 45 years of searching, there are still no conclusions that have been made into this man's identity or his fate after he jumped, and is still considered and called one of the greatest cold cases in the FBI and U.S. history. So, Emily, what do you think happened to him?
Oh, I don't think he died. I really don't. I mean, you have 2 parachutes. Like, even though you
Well,
can't...
he asked for 4, which I thought was weird. I don't know.
Maybe he just I'm getting off. I've just decided I don't want to do this anymore. I just think with that much prep and equipment, he would have been capable of getting out of a parachute. Also, I think with this massive manhunt, no one's ever found a parachute in a tree with a corpse hanging from it,
or tracked the money. None of it, besides the $6,000 they found in the woods.
Right. I just think parachutes are big, and I just don't see how, if someone was capable of finding a bag of money, that no one would be capable of finding
any other evidence,
a parachute,
or a body,
Excuse me. I think he got away with it. Whoever it was, very smart.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like you wouldn't get away with it. I mean, listen, the second the plane went down the first time,
and they let you go.
Oh, it's not going back up.
Mm-hmm.
Now, there would just be a no.
Yeah.
I don't know what that plan was. That they were no, he'll go to Mexico City. We'll arrest him there. What was the plan?
It was the 70s.
They were I don't know what to do.
And I think what's crazier is they were in Seattle, which is not a small town.
Mm-hmm.
So you'd think that there would be police resources to be able to do something to stop it.
Right. I get
but maybe we live in
hours.
A very militarized police state now, where it's they wouldn't get away with it now.
I feel you wouldn't get away with it now. I feel someone got away with it then. I feel if you're investigating 800 people, one of them probably did it.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if I think it's that McCoy, because if he doesn't match,
if the physical evidence doesn't match, but I just don't get the whole his body features don't match the description given by the 2 flight attendants. That to me isn't a reason to exclude
no, and
them.
eyewitnesses suck.
Yeah,
they just do. Yeah, what?
Unless it was a black man.
He was a black man and he's white, so that's not right.
Okay, we get it.
Or if when he stood up, he was
way taller, way shorter.
He was 6'8", or he was 5'2",
mm-hmm.
and the person that they pulled in was
way different.
Yeah, completely the opposite. Then I could reason that it wouldn't make sense to me to be oh, he's slightly more tan and has different colored hair.
Yeah, no,
that's not helpful. I don't know. I think he got away with it.
I think so too. And I think about nowadays, again, you can't get on a plane without showing identification. Mm-hmm. Typically, even multiple forms of identification if you don't have a passport, even if you're flying within the United States. For you to pay cash for a ticket and then people just say, take that, oh, that's your name, and let you go is not happening. Additionally, the amount of security you have to go through, you wouldn't be able to bring an actual bomb on a plane. So, I don't know. But I think it's interesting. I do feel he got away with it. That's my opinion.
Mm-hmm. I wonder what he did.
Mm-hmm.
Because $200,000 back then, was good money.
It was.
Now it's cool, you can't even buy a house. What are you going to do with that?
Mm-hmm.
I'll take $200,000.
Same.
Any day. But it's not I can't work money.
It's not, I don't want to say it's not life-changing, because I do feel it could change your life.
Mm-hmm.
However, it's not steer you in a complete opposite direction of your life money.
It's not generational wealth money.
No. Like you said, I couldn't not work for the rest of my life.
Bummer.
Sad.
I would love to not work for the rest of
but
my
not
life.
Steal it. Just win the lottery or something.
Oh, please. I will say, though, I wish I lived in a state where we didn't have to disclose. Because we're a disclosed state.
I don't care. If you win that much money, you're going to care. Oh, that sucks. Now I have to tell people.
People are going to come out of the woodwork.
Yeah, fuck off.
Good luck with that. Because then it's like, if I help you, then do I have to help so-and-so? And if I help so-and-so, do I have to help that person? And it's like, it's too much pressure.
You weren't nice enough to me. The people who are getting money from me know it. Emily, yeah, you're good.
Cool. I'll pay for you. I'll pay for some stuff for you.
I was like, what are you gonna pay? I give you money so you can buy. I'll give you enough money to buy me some nice presents.
This is my allowance for Christmas.
Can you imagine?
No.
That'd be kind of fun.
It would be great. Again, generational wealth kind of money.
That's what I'm talking.
That's what I would like to have. But yeah, oh, what a fun case. I feel like I vaguely remember hearing before, like, someone like giving a flight attendant a note, and like she was like, okay, put it in her pocket. And he was like, no.
You need to read
You need to read that note.
See, the part that I remembered was like someone getting money and like jumping out of the plane with it.
No, I remember the poor flight attendant probably was like, I'm sure she thought like some loser just wrote his phone number down.
Mm-hmm.
And like she was like, oh, thank you, sir. Or it's like, meet me in the bathroom, XOXO.
Mm-hmm.
And then instead it's like, I will blow up everybody.
Kill you.
Do you think it was a real bomb?
I don't know. I don't know what a real bomb looks like.
Why would you jump out of a plane with a real bomb, though? That seems just dangerous. Reckless.
I don't know.
Yeah. Also, like, this is me getting into my crime shows, but unless it's like a dead man's switch where like you have to hold the button down and the second you let the button go, then you blow up. Like, if that man was within like sniper distance and it wasn't a dead man switch, you'd be dead.
Well, that and like they know how to turn off bombs now. They just don't even arrest you. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. I feel like someone knew how to undo a bomb in the 70s, but
in Seattle?
Who knows?
I don't know.
You know, I don't know what it was like in the 70s.
Also, like, how do you know that? How do you get trained into
bombs?
Yeah.
There's a class. I don't know. They're like, I think you probably have to like know like the parts of a bomb, which I don't know.
But like,
I'm not going to Google it.
What I don't get is like red wire, blue wire, blah, blah, blah. What if they just use different colors?
They would. I mean, people do that, I'm sure. Black wires. They're all black wires.
Scary.
That would be, I'm telling you, I'm not going to Google it because, again, that will put me on a watch list. And
that's true.
I don't need to be there. But I am every day impressed that people have the jobs they have.
True. Well, that's all I have for our first true crime story.
I love true crime. I think it's so fascinating.
And I like that because it's like, I'm sure that flight attendant's like has anxiety now.
It has PTSD.
But she's okay.
Yeah. Like, no one died.
Except for maybe the man that did it.
And
at that point, they deserve it, you know?
Yeah.
If you're threatening people's lives and then die because you jumped out of a plane, karma.
Kind of the world coming back around to bite you really quickly. But great theory. Well, Hannah, I was on the TikTok the other day.
Love the TikTok.
And
have you seen the hamsters running?
No, that has still not been my life, but I have been more diligent about figuring out what my lives are. Lots of crystals. I don't know why. Lots of crystals.
I still always get the hamsters running on their little spinner things.
Crystals, or I got a shucking oyster video the other day for pearls.
I've never seen that either.
Oh, I was going to send it to you, but I was like, no, I don't want to click on it. And then it's just like me and them. Yet again, I refuse to click on the live.
Oh, that's funny.
But the one thing I've noticed more and more frequently is I have been getting game advertisements, like app advertisements on like TikTok, Instagram, all of them, all of my social medias. And so, Hannah, I wanted to ask you,
no.
have you ever, good sentence structure.
I gotcha.
Have you ever seen one of those like silly games on whatever social media, and have you downloaded them And have you enjoyed it? Was it what you expected?
Okay, so I am not someone that has a lot of games on my phone. Like, I'm the kind of person that has, like, one or two at any given time.
Right.
And I go through phases. So, like, I had my Candy Crush phase. I had my... So all of mine are pretty much based around that.
Candy Crush?
That kind of game where it's, like, a puzzle where you're, like, moving objects to get rid of things kind of thing, right? So, beyond that, then I went from Candy Crush to Toon Blast, which is was an ad game for me.
Oh, yeah.
And I beat the game like multiple times until they kept adding levels. I beat the game. I beat Toon Blast in like 4 months. It was bad. I was in college. It was a time. And then they kept adding levels. And then the challenges you'd have to do it pissed me off. So then I don't really play it anymore. Although I do still have it downloaded on my phone. Then I switched from Toon Blast to Royal Match.
That is also an ad that I see all the time.
And that was an ad. And it's the same type of game again where you're like moving objects to try to get rid of them. And that was an ad. I played that for a while until I found my new love. Which is, okay, this was also an ad. I don't know where I saw, probably Instagram. I feel like I get the most game ads on Instagram for me. But there's this game called Township. And it's the perfect mixture between Farmville on Facebook, where you're like creating a little farm. It's like Sims almost plus Candy Crush. Oh. And you have these little puzzles that you get points for that you then can like complete these challenges and blah blah blah. It's just like, yeah, that's what I play. And the problem is this is the first game I've ever spent money on.
Oh, no.
Like real money.
Oh, no.
I've only done it twice because after that I'm like, you can't pay money for that.
You can't do that.
Like, you can't pay money for this stupid game. Like, that's ridiculous. But there's so many times where I'll be like, pay to get these extra cash, whatever. And I'm like,
I'm thinking
Apple Pay's connected to my phone.
It's super quick and easy.
Yeah, but yeah, those are the only games I think that I've played that were suggested to me by something like that.
My first one that I ever downloaded it's called Water Sort, and it's those like test tubes.
Yes, and you have to move the different colors.
Mm-hmm.
I guess I have downloaded it, but then I hate when you get the ads and then I'm out.
You would think that would be me, but no. And that one I played like systematically for a very long time. I still have it on my phone. I haven't played it in quite some time. The next one that I got advertised on that game it's called Triple Match, which sounds so stupid, but my mom downloaded it first. And so I was like, oh, whatever. But it's this like just pile of stuff. And you have to like click on it and get 3 of a kind, and it like gets rid of it.
Is it like, what is it called? Like the Chinese puzzle game where it's like matching pictures when you click on them, then they go away?
Kind of.
And they're like covered up, and then when some go away, you get new ones underneath?
No. But it's like, literally, it's just like a pile of different things. Like a pile of planets, and you have to click 3 Earths to get them to delete.
Okay.
And like up top, there's like, you need 6
whatever,
like of this, 6 of this, 6 of this, or whatever. And I was like, I'm not going to get into this game. And I'm telling you, I will sit there and match things until my phone gets hot. And then I go, oh no, I gotta get out of here. Mm-hmm. So that was my next one. And then one right after that is pretty much the exact same game. However, you were with me when we downloaded it.
Oh,
the mini games are like supposed to be
like ASMR,
like pimple popping.
You still play it?
I haven't played it in a while because what I really liked about it was the matching part, because the matching part saved up money so that I could build up this lady's town.
It's Township. It's Township. Yeah.
And now it's my favorite thing, except for the reason I stopped playing it is because they've upgraded the app. And so they want you to download their different app. But I don't want to download a different app because I've already built her town. And I don't want to start over.
Yeah.
So I haven't played it again in a little while. But
No,
It's a
that's
movie
Township because there's
theater.
like mini games and you buy all these different things. And then when you get more community buildings, then you can add more houses.
It's wonderful.
Love it.
And then my most recent obsession, which is mindless. It is a mindless game. But again, it was I just want to see it. How fun could it be? It's called My Hotel.
Oh, no.
And it is literally, you are like a bellhop guy, basically. And you just move around a hotel and you have to pay money to like
Real
build
money?
extra rooms. Fake, no.
Okay.
I've never spent money on a game yet. I've been very tempted.
Don't, because once you start,
it's gonna keep going. But you like just walk around and you have to like clean the rooms and then like check people in, and then you have bathrooms that you have to put toilet paper in, so you have to go to the toilet paper room and then bring the toilet paper back. It's so stupid.
you
But then
realize
you hire staff.
you've reverted back to our high school
I
days
know.
of working at the hotel
I know.
as a form of therapy.
But I have spent hours mindlessly moving my little faceless man from
Does that have a
room-
face?
No, it looks like a Lego guy, except
Oh.
for like just skin tone.
Gotcha.
All the way across. But I tell you what, there's no point to this game.
Those are the best, though.
Like, yes, you can build extra rooms. Yes, you can hire more staff. Like, yes, you can, go faster. But also, it's like, there's really, like, there's no negative consequences for anything. And it has just been my recent obsession. So
Love
I'm
that for you.
I'm glad we got to talk about this, because I never thought I'd be like a kid of like, you got games on your phone. But also,
The people, though, I feel like there's two types of people. There's either like the people like us that have like one or two games that you are like obsessed with.
right, and then I delete them.
Or you have the people that have like 20 games. I'm like, what are you doing?
How do you have time? Don't you spend time on social media?
Or you're not dedicating the correct amount of time to your
Your game.
favorite game.
If your phone does not get hot and nearly die,
Mhm.
you are not dedicating enough time to a single game. Oh, that hotel one. My hotel, my phone gets so
That's my
hot.
Township game.
No consequences. I am just like, do. The worst thing is then they advertise other games on there, and I'm like,
My favorite is Township doesn't have ads. And I didn't have to pay for it.
oh, that's great. Yeah, all of them are like, if you don't want ads, you have to pay for it. I'm like, absolutely not.
No, not happening. Well, good one. We'll update if we found any other games. And definitely send us your game suggestions, only if they follow our interests. I don't care about I used to also, when I first had my iPod Touch, do you remember that like Flow game where you had to connect the colors without overlapping them?
Yes.
But now there's so many ads on it that I can't handle it.
Too much. Can't do it. That's what turns me off of them really quickly.
Like, I hate when you only get like a turn to try something.
And then you have to watch a minute ad.
Yeah, pissed me off. Nope, not happening.
Did love that game.
Well, again, if you have any suggestions, definitely let us know. And if you liked our true crime episode, or there's any true crime stories you want us to investigate, definitely send us an email or DM us on any of our socials. We're always oh my gosh.
I don't know what you're trying to say there.
I don't
We always eye on the prize.
I don't think so. _EH, or on YouTube at IDTS Conspiracies.
Yeah, and please go ahead and follow that YouTube. It's news to Hannah and I that we had one, so
Woohoo.
join us in the time. But we will see you guys all next week.
Bye.